afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland. Or if you're an exciting 1 vs 1 on Crossroads from the GCS2 tournament. And the setting is 1944, somewhere close to the German border. In the north, TwistedTootsy fighting here for the comfortable shots. Tries to push back the Americans, who made a very successful series of advances during the last couple of days under the command of Kimbo, fighting here for the Americans. Freedom, democracy, the 3rd Armored Division here with mechanized, with triple infantry versus TwistedTootsy, scavenge, special operations, and Luftwaffe ground forces with double Kugelwagen bulletins and a Sturmpioneer bulletin there. Double Kugelwagen, we don't see a lot of emphasis on the Kugelwagen from the Oberkommando lately, but TwistedTootsy here, twisted as always, is clearly forging new paths with the Oberkommando as well. At least COC can do it. We got a double start here for Kimbo, grabbing territory left, right, and centre. Sturmpanzer moving up to slightly block off some pathing there, grabbing northern nation point here with the Kugelwagen. Volkswagen heading westward, so TwistedTootsy is basically going to focus on this part of the map. Some players like sort of spread out here, but TwistedTootsy is clearly more of a fan of a more concentrated, focused effort as the Oberkommando West. As Kimbo spreads out, and there we go, we got the Dodge truck out. Might be that Kimbo has been inspired by TwistedTootsy's efforts as the Americans, who knows? But in that case, it's going to be in for a rude surprise, as obviously TwistedTootsy knows how it works. And we got TwistedTootsy with a double Sturmpioneer opening. Good God. Let's see, I would say unique or rare, but still pretty nice to see from an Oberkommando player, because it's just still pretty rare for any Oberkommando player to go for more than one Sturmpioneer squad. A lot of people tend to neglect the Sturmpioneers. Got the truck moving here, the Kugelwagen up, Sturmpioneer nearby as well. He's a bit careful, but still getting some good hits in the Dodge truck. Kimbo falls back rather than push his luck. A rifleman sneaking back in the south field, going to discram the western fuel point there. And we got another Sturmpioneer spot they're finally arriving. Dodge are getting closer, taking heavy damage from the Sturmpioneer, who can reasonably well deal with it. And with the second one, he can essentially shoot to bits very fast unless something goes really poorly. And what is this? He's laying down mines there. I think TwistedTootsy to an extent seen through Kimbo's moves here, and he's basically expecting Kimbo to make a move up here, just try to sneak around, in which case a mine's going to be ready. But if he tries to come up with the Dodge truck now, he could very well easily lose it. So there goes shooting the down Sturmpioneers, trying to hit it with the Americans. Other Sturmpioneer squad now heading eastwards here. Going to push for the fuel point there most likely, since right now most of Kimbo's forces on the west sending in strong infantry into the east. Well, of course, means he can't fight the western forces easily. Does mean he can draw in a very big response. And there you go, Dodge truck sitting out. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. Is he going to take the... Oh, he's going to go for it. Straight into the mine. And there we go. Kaboom. TwistedTootsy saw through Kimbo. So there we go. Quick setting about salvaging it. Very nice move there. Mines being laid down here. TwistedTootsy displaying some good mining protocol there. Folks continue to fight with his rifle. Not doing too well. A lot of the men, I think, stuck the heads out too far. Could have probably shifted about, and the folks a bit better. Get some cover more effectively. Sturmpioneer going to flank the rifle from here, and Sturmpioneer is now going southwards. More folks going to lead us there for TwistedTootsy. Kugelwagen will need some repairs. Folks will need some reinforcements. Kimbo's retreating a lot of troops. Sturmpioneer's going there for the fuel point. The echelon's moving in there, exposing themselves to the harsh attention of the Sturmpioneers. So the assault rifles there making a very big threat to the resistance when M1 carbines can't really threaten them. God damn it, M1 carbines. Why couldn't we get the fully automatic ones? Because you got a terrible aim, Sarge. Shut up, Carl. Rifleman in there, falling back a bit. Got rifleman in there, got to push for the curve point there. Kimbo thinks he's an opportunity to just harass TwistedTootsy, strikes up there, trying to flank behind, hits the mine, taking some losses. Good work there for TwistedTootsy. Now we go, rifleman forced back. Some nasty skirmishing going on here. We got another Dodge truck here for Kimbo. He is not giving up against TwistedTootsy. He wants to show he can do the dodge as well. Kugelwagen moving east with his support. Speeding ahead, they're using its double speed bulletins. And in the west there, another large engagement. We've got full Sturmpioneers with the rifle inside the house, pulling up behind the cover here while hitting a point. Rifleman could try and push for the cuff one again. We got the full squad this time around ready to support. We got a truck on the way there for TwistedTootsy. Will it be the mechanized? Will it be the Bell Group headquarters? Either could work out well. But mechanized regiment would certainly benefit from having 2 Sturmpioneers. That way we can more easily just repair the trucks on the field. Or Luke's, all the stuff there in the field, whatever he gets. Grabbing the fuel point here, grabbing the cough point back. So far, TwistedTootsy's in the lead here versus Kimbo, who's a bit struggling here with it. But there you go. We got the dart truck with the lieutenant in it, again, mobile, aggressive force here. And TwistedTootsy has more or less no anti-tank weaponry. Though, of course, there's still mines about potentially. And TwistedTootsy can, of course, go for a Kedma to try and counter it. And there you go. Mechanized ready up here for the Kampfgruppe. Kuban through the south. Continuing a path that should try and just chip away at Kimbo's southern territory. Kimbo continues to go for a very broad approach. Some forces disrupting so TwistedTootsy's center while they're moving other units space to sort of hit the outer points here. But right now it's continuing the southeast here to TwistedTootsy and the Kampfgruppe. As the 3rd Armored Division continues its motorized raid tactics. Sadly, can't quite get the upgrade there on the dart truck. The sooner you can do that, the better, because it just adds a lot more firepower to the dart truck, making it so much more lethal versus infantry. Falling back with it for now. Up here, western fuel pump being secured. Half track on the way there for Kimbo. And we got the MG-34 on the way there for TwistedTootsy to contain some all of Kimbo's infantry. Very good choice. Anti-aircraft half track slowly, very slowly around to the front. And here for Kimbo, the 3rd Armored Force with Sturmpanzer moving in. It's enough he's moving in the foot's going first to draw fire, ensuring the Sturmpanzer moves to close in. I mean, it does risk a wipe, but the Sturmpanzer in this case will be able to do more damage to the lieutenant. So I guess that was a risk TwistedTootsy was willing to take against Kimbo, though still losing a Volkskonde squad at this stage is costly. Though it does get a 2nd Dodge truck. Looks like another mine there paid off for TwistedTootsy. Lots of mines here. Excellent work. More mines going off. They're really just TwistedTootsy just showing the power of mines and how they can really just do a lot for in a lot of engagement. So well played there by TwistedTootsy. Well played. Kimbo so far just keeping up pressure, keeping up momentum as much as possible, but the mines are really making it difficult for Kimbo to move out as freely as he wants to here versus TwistedTootsy. Got the MG-34 there being carted forward for the Kampfgruppe. MG-34 holding up the vehicle crew with a few well-placed bullets across the bow, and there you go, Luke's on the way. Sturmpanzer versus Rifleman, heavy cover, possibly a bit there versus Sturmpanzer Neo, plus the range. The Rifleman should, I think, decent chance there, unless the RNG goes heavily in favour of TwistedTootsy. There's a few possibilities here. And we got raid tacks up here, allowing to there, go grab points fast, but he hits another mine. He hits another one. The Kedma on the way there as well for TwistedTootsy, Rifleman there, getting a wipe on the Rifleman. Kimbo probably should have taken a slightly different path. In this case, it also worked out for TwistedTootsy. The MG-34, they're probably having a bit of a helping hand. Fixing up the half-truck, Kedma ready. Using the Kubang bow here to delay Kimbo's repairs, giving more time to get out the looks like Kedma to hunt it down. So that's some clever maneuvers there by TwistedTootsy. Risky, but again, if you've seen here, TwistedTootsy has shown himself as being willing to risk losing units it considers less important, deal overall more damage to his opponent. This time around the Kubang didn't make it, but nonetheless he's been able to stall the repairs on the half-track. Whoa, why did he just pop backwards? By the way, give him enough time there to get the looks forward to the front line and actually pursue the half-track more efficiently. So, well done there by TwistedTootsy. And if you get the half-track, that loss of the Kubelwagen is going to be worth it. Kimbo here, by the way, blank against moving the half-track. It means he can't fire first from a gun on the can't fire on the move, and that gives the Lux more time to shoot it freely. He does risk running into an attack rifle grenade, but seeing as he's not suffered enough damage, and the rest just not in a way of destroying the Lux, this is pretty good for TwistedTootsy. I mean, he just took out the anti-aircraft half-track, and is going to be able to do a lot more damage here. Kimbo responds here with the M3 half-track. Is he going for weapon racks? Is he going to make a bazooka buzz himself? It doesn't look like it. But looks like falling back, rifle veering off, realizing they got no way of stopping this light tank. We'll see what Kimbo does with the half-track. He's got a spare vehicle, of course, to pop into the M3 half-track. And there you go, pushing for the cuff point. Going to need to take advantage of the fact that Lux is going to be out of the fight for a while, though not for too long either, with double Sturmpioneers, since they can repair pretty fast. Kimbo is seemingly disrupting the repairs of the Lux, giving himself more time. Otherwise, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, as long as he doesn't lose too much in the process. Down here, and oh, he's getting weapon racks. Looks like Kimbo is going to keep trying to do what TwistedTootsy does. He's going to go for a bazooka bus. Grabbing points here. MG34 shifting about. And again, just constantly harassing. It almost feels like, again, he's learning here from TwistedTootsy as well. I mean, again, if TwistedTootsy could do that to Kimbo Gardens after, he figures he could probably do the same to the looks. Though he's almost paid off the entire outscore there, which definitely would not make that a good trade-off. And particularly, he's got no way of immediately destroying the looks anyways. Oh, there we go. The bazooka bus. The bazooka bus is operational. Of course, what he doesn't know is there's a academy nearby which can take apart the bazooka bus pretty fast. And of course, TwistedTootsy's likely. Oh, he's enjoying this, I imagine. Just, seeing Kimbo trying to use his tactics against him, but he's being absolutely pulverized here by TwistedTootsy. The bazooka bus was completely just wrecked. Had not been for the academy, it probably would have worked out better. But instead, oh, he's going to go for a wipe. He's going to go for a wipe on the re-echelons. He's going to destroy Kimbo's current only serious counter to the looks. Oh, he's going into the base. He's going to get into the tank. Rifle grenade. He's going to get hit. Oh, gets the wipe. He's even going for the ambulance here. TwistedTootsy is showing no mercy. There you go. Now the rifle being equipped with bazookas. Kimbo is frantically searching for undersets here to the light tank as he just tears through Kimbo like a hot knife through butter. And there we go. Main gun out. Gains veterinary fleet, but it's going to go down here still. Done a ton of damage, but you could argue that he shouldn't have been pushing it that far. He should just pull it back as soon as possible. But ultimately, Twisted just went for it. Basically just decided to go down in a blaze of glory with the looks. Also keeps most of Kimbo's forces inside of his base for some time, allowing TwistedTootsy to gain most of the map in the process. He scores with Fallschirmjägers. Calling in support here from the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Division. Probably some of the veterans still about. By late 1944, most Fallschirmjäger divisions would actually just mostly been made up of troops with, well, not much training or really sort of serious equipment, but just called Fallschirmjägers. Little fun fact then, they certainly wouldn't have been well equipped with FG-42s either. Rather than push back here though by the Fallschirmjägers. Assault units moving about, rather than moving eastwards, salvaging up the half track. TwistedTootsy again doing good work there. A lot of players I've noticed recently just aren't very good at actually salvaging stuff, but TwistedTootsy here just does not miss a beat. Okay, we're making way back here, ground points here. Salvaging up here. My god, we're doing so much salvaging, yeah! I just wish the Americans left more stuff into cars to salvage, yeah, all except candy. Yes, they have so much candy. I'm surprised they aren't fatter than they already are. Rather than soldiers going here for it, and fun fact, the Germans knew exactly where the American tank crews would store most of their good stuff, by the way, and they would usually take advantage of it to score themselves whatever good food they had sort of stored away there. Fun fact. A soldier's been caught laying down mines with flamethrowers up. Oh, moved to that perhaps at the wrong time. And actually, our punch going up here for Kim, leaving that a bit exposed. So they could end up poorly here for TwistedTootsy. But then again, maybe Kimbo got just as not the forces is disrupted right now. We got more forces moving in there. Lieutenant, Rifleman, just hauling arse. Sturmpionier nearby here with a lot of assault rifles. We've got a second Fallschirmjäger squad dropping in. He's dropping in right on top of the Rifleman. He's doing everything to defend the Schwerpanzer quarter before it finishes off. The Rifleman unsuppressed, but the Fallschirmjäger is close by, just tearing into the Rifleman. No mercy. There you go, going straight here for the assault engineers. Oh, we could see a wipe here, and he loses his second Volksgrenadier squad, leaving TwistedTootsy now with only Sturmpioneers and Fallschirmjägers. A rare sight actually to see that an Oberkommando player has anything but Volksgrenadiers, yet still at the same time has sufficient infantry. So this is, I mean, pretty exciting to watch in that sense already. Double Fallschirmjägers, quite violent stuff. Troops are reinforced, need to grab some medical kits here. Of course, the Fallschirmjägers to an extent pull the same roles there thanks to having access to Panther, so losing the Volksgrenadiers in that sense won't be so much of a loss. Obviously, they're going to be a lot more expensive, but otherwise they can sort of fulfill a lot of the same roles, just, you know, with a lot more firepower and a lot more skill. No enemy contact. Yeah, they're all dead. So the only way we can contact them is with a medium. Yeah. So what is he going to go for next? Panther 4? Panther? I doubt he's going to go for Orbital Admiral with double Fallschirmjägers and double Sturmpioneers. That'd be an interesting move, but I don't think he's going to quite get Fallschirmjägers hiding out here. Ambushed, ready to murder some Yankees. We've got the Sturmpioneers, MD-34, Kevin going in there. Mines odds on way. There we go, unleashing fire upon the lieutenant. Bungray at the right spot could be good. MD-34's got Sturmpioneer as well. Right from low in health. He hasn't replaced the ambulance. In fact, he's, I think, using his medic to grab territory elsewhere, so he's not even getting his forces properly healed up. Raven immediately falls back there. Fallschirmjäger's almost popped out. Bang grenade unleashed on the lieutenant there. Kimbo too slow to react in time. 50 caliber flanking machine gun. There you go. Mine goes off. Complete devastation here. In the end, that was a very favorable engagement there for TwistedTootsy. He more or less gutted 3 infantry squads while only losing 3 Fallschirmjägers in the process. That is a very favorable engagement there for TwistedTootsy. Terrible one for Kimbo. Medics, they just continue to grab territory. More rifle. Nope, cancels it. Ambulance more. Resource wise, Kimbo or TwistedTootsy been able to control the fuel point very well. So, like, Kimbo's chance of getting any tanks right away is certainly on the low end. No fuel caches either. Certainly something, you know, there's a difference there between TwistedTootsy and Kimbo. Tootsie builds fuel caches. Kimbo so far is not. And we got a 3rd Fallschirmjäger squad. We got 3 Fallschirmjäger squads and 2 Sturmpioneers. I mean, you do not see that very often from the Oberkommando West. Definitely a much more elite force than most Oberkommando forces. You just usually at this stage all full Grenadiers. So I really like seeing that. Definitely a bit of Panzer elite over this. Rifleman ahead here into the Fallschirmjägers. And there you go, full wall of bazookas. Problem is, these aren't Panzers. Yeah, we're not as fat as you are. You can't hit us with that. Anyways, Fallschirmjägers moving about. He pushes back another force. In the west, we got the soldiers holding here by the Fallschirmjägers and the Sturmpioneers. Lots of mines as well for TwistedTootsy. Panzers are on the way there for the German army. The Kampfgruppe finally able to sum up some Panzer support here. Troops healing reinforcing with the 2nd ambulance. He still some time off from any armor. And there you go, the Major is stopped in a major way by the Fallschirmjäger closing there to 2 medics also thwarted easily. Sturmpioneer going to close in from the outside. The Fallschirmjägers draw the fire and the attention. Nice move here by TwistedTootsy. The lyrics being focused down by all the other troops. As there's a 50 caliber plus 2 rifle squads. And there you go, falling back with the Fallschirmjägers as well. Panther arriving here for TwistedTootsy. Back here, troops reinforcing. A rifleman lieutenant sitting about here. Very big push, more or less a blob there by Kimbo. He's close to a blob. Semi-blob. Demi-blob. Using the medics to back. Captain makes the move towards the primary points. Fallschirmjägers once more in ambush mode. TwistedTootsy making very good use of that. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Really commendable there. A lot of players tend to neglect the ability of camouflage units and use them to sort of attack from the correct angles, just surprise your opponent. So I really like this by TwistedTootsy as well. It certainly shows he's not just, you know, a one-trick pony with the Americans, as some players would like to, you know, maybe accuse him of, seeing his motor plays American. But there you go. Wipes the 50 caliber up point blank. Excellent stuff there. Completely blindsides Kimbo. Blend caliber here, but the rifle Fallschirmjäger is getting focused down here. Panther opening up as well. Looks like he's just going to fall back in the face of the lieutenant, who is heavily equipped. Thompson and, by the looks of it, double BARs maybe? No, just 1. Would have figured he'd go for double BARs on the lieutenant, but I guess he didn't decide like that. Kimbo though still needs the fuel point, he needs more points overall. He needs some tanks out soon, at least a tank destroyer here to stand a better chance versus TwistedTootsy, because right now Kimbo's got no other real anti-tanks than just the bazookas, though I can see they clearly do a lot of damage, almost taking out the Panther 4 with 1 brazen volley. Close to just shattering the Panzer entirely. Machine gun holding in the centre. We got the assaults moving up though, purging the house of any crapness. And there you go, trying to catch the Panther 4. They instead halted by the flank emplacement, just racking up those kills. And the Fallschirmjäger almost getting a wipe here. Kimbo would say got pretty lucky there, pretty lucky. Mine goes off again. I mean, just look at all the mines TwistedTootsy's been laying down. He is absolutely thorough with his stuff. I think really that's something that a lot of players could just learn from, just how just TwistedTootsy mines everything almost. Roads, corners, in particular corners. A lot of people don't consider about mining corners, but clearly TwistedTootsy's, you know, realised something about corners. People don't expect you to mine the corners. Phew, and we've got to be safe here from the mines. I mean, they don't mine the corners. Oh, God. He's lost a lot more than his ear. He's lost his legs, his arm, and probably his pelvis by the look of it. So, again, just mine the corners, apparently. Mind the corners. Normally it's mind the corners, but with TwistedTootsy it becomes mind the corners. Truly, he is the Sun Tzu of the 21st century. Panther on the way there for TwistedTootsy number 2. Kimbo got can soon go for a Sherman or Jackson tank destroyer. Stealing Panther hold it by the 50 caliber head on. The 50 caliber is definitely by a good choice. There is not much elite infantry, can certainly slow them down a lot. Though he is still very much short in elements, can deal with the tank. And there you go again, he's mining the corners once more. Sturm Pioneer falling back, Panther moving out. Fighting, they're trying to flank behind the 50 caliber there. Very good, very good. TwistedTootsy there, I think, displaying some good field presence and we've got just the ability to flank. Which is not something all players, I think, display as consistently. Bazooka team now in pursuit of the Panther 4. But there's also Fallschirmjägers hiding in there. Go ambushing the Panther 4. In this case, basically the hunter becomes the hunted with the Panther 4. Basically using it as bait. Drawing them into the Fallschirmjägers line of fun. In this case, 50 goes over to about there. Still the Rifleman up suffering heavily for it. Second Panther 4 arriving. Getting pretty ugly though. The Panther 4 took out several Fallschirmjägers. Let's go there for TwistedTootsy. And there you go, we got the 76mm Sherman on the way here for Kimbo. Helps us the infantry, can also fight the Panther 4, so that's certainly the argument at this stage. You might want to go for Jackson instead. Oh wait, Panther 4 showing a hit, then poor France is stuck. Thankfully he's not alive, otherwise he'd be in a lot of pain. We can see there, Kimbo possibly sensing another base rate. They're shifting everything more towards here to just avoid it. It might also mean he's going to more or less give up on this spot, so instead I'll try and make up pushes here. The problem, of course, there's a Schwer Panther quarters nearby, which can make this a bit more painful for Kimbo. 76mm Sherman almost done. We got here MD-34 being carted forwards. Fallschirmjägers finding spots to the Kimbo, so the Lieutenant Veteran 3, they do run some issues here. And there we go, got this 76mm Sherman out there for Kimbo. For the 3rd Armored Division. Fallschirmjägers, MD-34 hanging back here. 76mm Sherman moving ahead. Go shots fired. Bazooka team's from up support here as well. There you go, Panther 4 lands the first scoring hit here on the tank. Rifle moving in, there you go, shot fire, bounced off the Panther 4. Bazooka teams might have better luck here, and there we go. Several shots went through there, also plenty that bounced. The other Kedmine as well, they're showing a lot of trouble. Panther 4 was taken out, but the Riflemen are taking punishing casualties in the process. As TwistedTootsy up by attacks from several angles, makes it hard here for him just to get easily focused down here. Close losing the Panther 4, Sherman goes for the kill, goes for the kill. Goes for the jugular. Gets the Panther 4, leaving TwistedTootsy this short of 1 Panther. Almost getting on here with the bazooka fighters going in with the Sherman. He might go for it. He might be able to pull it off. Blitzkrieg here to successfully get the rifle forced away though. Panther 4 gets away. Does Kimbo pursue? No. Perhaps thinking there might be more mines. Again, TwistedTootsy has been very thorough with that, though at the same time, he hasn't actually been getting for any mine sweepers to replace the resistance he's lost. So, I mean, in that sense, actually quite vulnerable to any more mines from TwistedTootsy. Still, the Sherman there certainly helped a bunch. They're getting rid of the one the Panther 4's also helped out. leaving TwistedTootsy a bit more vulnerable in the field for now. But can Kimbo successfully exploit this gap he's made, this opening? He forced through the lines of the Kampfgruppe Schultz. That's going to be the big question. He's going to need to get the Sherman fixed up fast, because Kimbo, or Twisted, can basically fix up his Panther 4 really fast with double Sturm Pioneers. Plus, if he wants to, he can out repair Pioneers. But it's likely, I think, this stage he's going to save up for another Panther 4 or a Panther. Troops are healing, reinforcing, preparing for the next venture. Panther 4 halfway done. Fighting is going for the western fuel point again. Now they can have here for TwistedTootsy. Machine and Gewehr holding off the Americans. And there we go. Fifth can be engaged by Fallschirmjägers. Bit of an awkward position. In fact, he needs to risk being wiped. He's shown they're bombarding, but stopped by Kedner for there. Fifth gun close being wound up by the Fallschirmjägers, since it's more or less an exposed position. Got one Panther 4 out there. Smoke screen down here around that area, very good. And they're going to send the RPMs against all the advancing rifle. Panther 4 taking heavy hits here. Machine gun dealing with the Lieutenant up close. Panther 4 shoots, misses. Rifle and they continue to be subject to heavy machine gun fire. They're closing in very slowly in Veteran 3. Panther 4, those falls back here. Kimbo probably needs to fall back with the rifle before the machine guns need to tear them apart. Almost got to the veteran machine gun crew there. And there you go, Kevin Valens got in the Sherman on the rear. He's going to have to fall back. He's very close to losing his Sherman here. And, oh! Pop goes that weasel. Leaving Kimbo without any tanks now here against TwistedTootsy, which is pretty critical. He's also just constantly going for more 50 calibers than anything else. I don't think he needs 4 50 calibers, to be honest, here versus TwistedTootsy. I feel like 4 50 calibers is a bit much. But he has gone for them all the way. Sturm Pioneers rapidly fixing up the Panzer IV. And there you go, we got a Fallschirmjäger MG34. It was laid down some heavy firepower. Right, harassment again. Note he's constantly sticking to cover where as possible. This Fallschirmjäger that way invoke the camouflage bonus. He can that way surprise his opponent a bit better. Very nice work there. Salvaging the Sherman. Consistent work as well. Rifleman 50 calibers then moving eastward. He's going to prepare for an assault. Will he be able to push through, or will TwistedTootsy drain him of force? And there you go, another 76 on the way there. Will Twisted go for a Panther? He's going to go for another Panther 4. Both are viable options. Panther will be more useful as the Sherman. Panther 4 more useful as the infantry. We'll see here what TwistedTootsy decides he needs. If he decides he wants any of them anyways. Rifleman 4 taking hit from the Panther 4 there, getting wrecked. Double Sturm Pioneers also have an impact. And they've actually both done pretty well. And there you go, almost wiping out one of his 50 calibers. TwistedTootsy's just not calling any additional armor. And there we go, he is going for the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. 50 caliber machine guns being absolutely overwhelmed here by the sheer amount of firepower that TwistedTootsy is laying down in the west. We got some fighting as well. Suppressed by another 50 caliber out here. We got Lieutenant blitzing in to finish off those crowds. Could see a wipe, people could see a wipe. Oh, he's too slow, and there you go, full fighting was scored. Annihilated in a matter of seconds there by Kimbo's swift Lieutenant. Truck on the way, that's going to be a Battle Group headquarters. I don't think at this stage he's honestly going for it for the King Tiger. He's probably just wants some healing up for his troops. There goes shots fired. Panther 4 then less than half over there. Got the Ken opens up as well. Can he get the Panther 4 Blitzkrieg maneuver? Shots miss or bounce. 50 cover there on the way. Need to cover for the Sherman. Panther almost done. Almost. And there we go. Panther out for TwistedTootsy. Panzerkampfwagen 5. So there you go, setting out. Troops reinforcing. Panther 4 almost good to go again. Twisted still relying heavily on his bazookas for dealing with armor. The Sergeant's going to need it more than ever now versus the Panther. Machine coming up here. Foxman is ready in ambush position. Panther there flanking the Sherman. Foxman's retreating there. Right to bit too much other things. There you go, going for the flanking. The Sherman almost got it with the Panther and the Panther 4. Shot missed. Panther going to do with the rifle. He got anti-tank. He's going for the Panther 4 here. Heavy bazooka fire flying all over the place with the rockets. Foxman's moving up in the east. The machine continue to hold off the Americans there. Pinning down the murdering troops. More bazooka fire here. Panther 4 down to half health. Rather than taking heavy hits. Running for the figure, the Foxmakers have to hold it off. And he's sending in the Sherman, and he's not faking it up. He's not bringing up more. He's sending in like that. Unit wiped out. He looks like the machine gun bit the dust. And there you go. Sherman going for it. Almost got the Panther 4, but he's exposing himself. He's risking a lot. There you go. Panther lands a hit. And now the rear is exposed to a Foxmaker Panther Vows. And there you go. Rudolph is on it and gets the Sherman, leaving Kimbo without any tanks. And with this, he surrenders. The 3rd Armored Division has been broken here by a stalwart defense by the Kampfgruppe Schultz and TwistedTootsy's efforts, displaying certainly what a pair of well-handled Sturmpans can do, but also just what Fallschirmjägers can do, and over what you can do with mines. Again, mine the corners. That definitely have some good play there by TwistedTootsy, also very consistent salvaging, good flanking. I mean, overall TwistedTootsy just control the match here. Whereas Kimbo, I feel at times was a bit less focused. He was also more reliant at times just trying to break through using raw force against TwistedTootsy. Whereas TwistedTootsy at several times looked how it maneuvers opponent, keep him frustrated, keep him less focused, just like gain tactical advantage in, and that way sort of slowly overall maintain control. There were several times with Kimbo possible, it was close, but just couldn't muster the resources to actually push through and sort of secure more dominant territory, simply because due to the other losses he suffered, he just overall acted. So I would say a pretty fun fight here from the GCS2. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And for like I do, you can support by pledging on Patreon or donating via PayPal, and links in the video description. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. You're all a wonderful audience. Bye.